Hello, and thank you for attending our third and last webinar of the digital marketing series. Your hosts today will be again me, Ellen Goliga, and Logothetis Valasakis. Today we're going to present you a small and quick case study regarding what we talked on the previous webinars, and we're going to present you some digital marketing plans we designed specific for you, our partners. So let's start, and we hope you enjoy the webinar.
Hello. Let's start with 5 tips for better landing pages. Let's see together 5 simple but critical tips for creating better landing pages. So let's start with the first tip. First of all, we need a dedicated page for our products and which solve our problems to our key audiences. Sometimes landing pages, also called lead capture pages, and are used to convert visitors into leads by collecting contact information from them. In order to make our visitors convert, it's critical that your landing pages consist a form to capture visitors' information. Second tip is to remove the main navigation. Once a visitor arrives on a landing page, it's our job to keep them there. So if there are links on the page that enable visitors to move about your website, you run out of risk to distract them. One of the best ways to reduce this and increase our landing page conversion rates is to remove the main navigation from the page. Now the third tip, the mobile version of our website. We see that more than 50% of our visitors nowadays are from mobile devices. So we have seen that having a mobile-friendly site can even double your conversions. Your landing page should look and feel great on mobile devices to be easy to navigate and fast loading. Trust signals. Good landing pages make use of trust signals, which can indicate to visitors that their offer or their brand are trustworthy. Trust signals can take a number of different forms. For example, testimonials are a classic form of trust signals. Also, logos of different companies, and why not some like counters or plus ones from various social media sites. Now, we have to keep our form short. When a user visits our website, actually we want to collect as much data as we think. But however, when it comes to creating a good landing pages and to forms, less is more. It's extremely important to make our users feel as few form fields as possible. The more fields we ask, the less chance we have to collect data from them. So if our conversion requires a form, you must only ask the essentials. Now the SEO, or search engine optimization, and some tips what really matters to have to rank on top of the Google results. First of all, pick a good keyword to focus on. The first step is to pick the search term or phrase we want to our landing page to show up for. In our example, we see the keyword Acronis Cloud Backup, and want people to find out us when they search this specific keyword. So we can start with a research with a Google Keyword Planner, and we can see how much monthly searches we get on this specific keyword. The second tip is to write the best content. Now that we have found the keyword we want to target, it's time to create the content. This is probably the most difficult part, but it's the most important. It needs to be great. It needs to be better than our competition so that Google rank us on the top of the search results for this specific keyword. Now the third tip is to put the keyword in our page title and header. Our page title should contain our keyword, but that doesn't mean that it has to be exact. The title must be interesting enough that people will actually want to click on it, and we also must organize our pages by having large title at the top, followed by several subheaders throughout the page. Fourth tip is to use the keyword in the URL. Another way Google is able to determine what your landing page is about is the URL. We must use the keywords we want to target our URL. We also must include our keyword in our content, and we must start by using it several times throughout our text. The alt tag is something that we write in our images in order to tell Google what this image is about. It's simply the text that web browser will show if the photo can load for some reason. We must use the keyword to the alt tag too. Last but not least, get external links. External links are links from websites other than our own. Google relies heavily on external links to determine how a good landing page is. So, while producing incredible content may get you some links, the truth is that you're going to have to do some link building. This means that you have to reach other website owners to ask for links.
Okay, now let's continue the social media plan regarding the case study we're investigating right now about Acronis. As you may remember, we have talked a lot about the goal. Now, for the social media plan we have to create, we need to increase awareness for Acronis to our followers. Now, we have to investigate at which step our audience is. Now it's the awareness. So social media updates is a good way to make them know what Acronis is and how it can help their business. So we start with a schedule plan. We should start with not all the social platforms at once. So we can start with Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Business users are frequent users of the LinkedIn, but there are also Facebook users and Twitter users. And we can decide to post on specific and busy hours on social media. Let's see some ideas now. We can include to our content calendar some tips on how the traditional storage of the financial services data is compared to a cloud data recovery, or we can pick the World Backup Day, for example, to make a joke and with a clever way, remind them how Acronis can help them protect the data of their clients, and we can even share an external link from the Acronis blog, for example, that is specific and dedicated for this purpose. This way, we can add value and provide something useful to our audience. Now, as far as our ads, again, we have to have a specific goal. We do not only want to increase awareness, but we also want to attract new leads. This is at the campaign level, and then we have to create some ad sets and our creatives. The creatives can be images, links, videos, and text. So, about the ad sets and the targeting, we can target audience that is only relevant to what we want to offer. For example, for the Acronis backup, that is only uh, targeted to people working in financial services. We can even say that we want only the financial analysts or the CEOs of companies, the people who have this title, to see our advertisement. Or we can even schedule specific times that we want to our ads to be viewable, and we can at uh, some platforms we can target employees of specific companies that are relevant to the audience we want to reach and sell Acronis backup. Then we need to choose the content of the ad, the creative. This is the step that we need to decide what is going to be the messaging. We need to find something appealing and useful for our users, and we need to decide the colors, the graphics. So here we have decided to create two different banners with different colors but the same messaging. After a period of a specific period of time, let's say 5 days that we have run the ads, we saw some results. Here, the first banner that seems to have more reach than the second. This means that more people saw this advertisement, lead to us less leads. But the second had more engagement rate. This means that people reacted with a like or a comment in a more increased way than the first banner, and that this ad brought to us more leads. So we can continue with the second creative and change maybe the words and make other alternative ads.
Now, let's see the search page campaigns or search engine marketing. We can use Google AdWords and Bing Ads. We start with the keyword research. We can use the Google keyword tool in order to make a research of which keywords the users are searching, what's the competition, and how we will pay per click. In our example, we see that the keyword backup has 1K to 10K searches in Malta and Greece, with low competition, and it will cost us 0.6 euros in order to take a click. Now, let's start the campaign and let it run for about a month in order to check the results. We see the keywords, the impression we got this month that we have run the campaign, the clicks we got, how much we paid for every click, and last but not least, how many leads we got of every keyword. Of course, this is the most important metric. So in this example, we can put even more budget on the keyword of site backup, and we can stop the keyword backup, which hasn't brought any leads.
And now it's the times to showcase your expertise on that. A good way to do that is to start writing a blog. We have several steps to have a SEO-friendly blog that provides useful content to our web visitors. The first step is to investigate what the web users search for on the web regarding the Acronis. After we collect all the data we need, we can proceed with selecting the title of our blog. We can give them some reasons to start trusting Acronis backup for their business, and we can even experiment with relevant and topics like Black Friday, we can entice them with some clever topics. Next step is to use images. Images is a great and vivid way to make them more engaged on what they read and relate. For example, here in fast backup is related to a fast train. This way, they can even it is more easy for them to remember how Acronis works and how this is critical for their business survival. And to make this blog even more SEO oriented, we can um, we can search on the Google keyword tool, as Lothaitis mentioned before, and pick some keywords that are relevant to the topic we write, but also can help us boost our page and help the website appear on great position. So after a search query on a search engine machine. Now, how can a newsletter help us increase and capture potential leads? If you remember on previous webinars, we talked about some tips. We said that the subject line should be strong and short and catch users' eye immediately. We should have a concise content with engaging tone, and at the end we should always include a call to action to lead them what the next step should be, with helpful links that can lead them to our site, to our marketplace, anywhere that is useful for them to go after. Let's say here that we created a newsletter that introduces Acronis backup to potential leads, and we can experiment again with the title and even images. We can example use the title is Office Backup, the right solution for financial services. We can say what are the strong points of Acronis backup and make them engage. If they want to learn more, we can add useful links that that can help them reach the next step on their journey to continue with the Acronis backup solution. And finally, we can analyze those campaigns. We can measure which one went better than the other and continue with variations of this one. Here we are now completed with the case study. I think it's the time to move on with the digital marketing plans we have prepared for you, and you can make the question after you or during you can hear our plans to continue with some questions. Now, if you can see my screen, we have some three basic plans: the starter, the basic, and the business. We will start with the starter. The starter plan requires a media budget of 0 to 500 euros, and the cost of it is 300 euros per month. This plan includes Google search ads, the creation of three landing pages, uh, of course, the Google Analytics integration in order to track the conversions, and includes a basic report, which will be presented every month on a strategy meeting. The next package is the basic. The basic plan requires a media budget 500 to 1000 euros. At this point, I need to clarify that the plans are structured based on the media budget, because the resources are different depending the media budget, as you may understand. This plan includes everything the starter package has, plus the Google display ads, the banners you may have seen while browsing other websites, Facebook ads, and remarketing. Remarketing is the ads that follows a web user after leaving a website. And our business plan is includes everything a basic plan has, plus a newsletter creation every month on a topic that you may choose, and search engine optimization evaluation report where we can find the strong and the weakest points of your website, and LinkedIn ads. This plan requires a media budget more than 1,000 euros. LinkedIn ads are very expensive, and that's why we need a bigger budget to support those ads. And we have some offers only for you. We have the setup fee, which costs 400 euros. It's free, totally free for all of you. And you have plus if you order a 3 months package, you can have a 10% off. And if you purchase a 6 months package, you can have a 20% off on the services you want. We also have some add-ons, the social media management and the content marketing. They're crucial for your business. That's why we separated them. The social media management includes the day-to-day community building and the ads, of course, and the content marketing is a, a blog post that will be dedicated to a topic that you can choose. Of course, top the packages you can change anytime you want. Let's say from the starter to the basic. And here and now we have concluded to the three plans. Um, if you have any questions, you can do them by the questions tab. Otherwise, we would like to thank you for attending our third webinar, and we want to wish you happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Thank you, Lothetis.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.